Hey, welcome back to Copperhead Kustoms and a new episode today. We are working on the 54 Pontiac Star Chief. What are we gonna do today? Well, we got this big, bad, beautiful looking car out and we haven't touched it in 6 months. It hasn't even been driven around the block. So we've got some issues to address. Okay, so 1954 Pontiac Star Chief, beautiful original. Straight 8, absolute pleasure of a car. It is. What do we got to do to it? Well, it's been just sitting up the top under the covers for probably a good 6 months. I haven't driven it. So, it's got a flat battery for a start. So we've got to charge our battery, number one. Number two, it, I think, has a fuel vapor lock or something along those lines is what you call it. So, what I notice is when I've driven it and I shut it down, it leaks a little bit of fuel out the back. Now I don't think it's out of the tank, I think it's just out of a hose. So we're going to have to jack the back up carefully because these things are heavy and you can bend the chassis if you do not jack them up correctly. So we have to jack it up a little bit, get under there, see if we can work out what this little fuel leak is. And what it does, we will rewind, what it does is when you're driving it and you come up to the traffic lights, for argument's sake, it will feel like it wants to stall and it will run a bit chuggety until you pop it into neutral and give it a rev to clear itself. Once you've revved it and cleared it, it's fine. Off you go driving again. Drives beautiful till you get to the next set of traffic lights, or the next time you come to a stop, you know, come to a stop, it wants to stall again and you've got to pop it in neutral and clear it. So I'm thinking, not really sure, but I'm thinking it is fuel related and that it is sucking some air or something along those lines, or it's getting a vapor lock or something. So I really don't have any freaking idea, to tell you the truth, but I do know that it does drop a little bit of fuel when you first shut it down for a day or so. It will drop maybe couple of 100 mils onto the ground, then it will stop. So I don't think the tank leaks, I think it's just a hose and it leaks a little bit. So anyway, enough rambling. That's what we got to do. We got to address, try to find this fuel issue. As you can see, it is absolutely pigged up, so we've got to give it a good wash, good detail, and check all our fluids, clean and vacuum the inside, and then fingers crossed we fix it. Right, stop talking rubbish and let's get into it. As you can see, it is actually dark. And I'm not doing it tonight, I'm doing it tomorrow. And then when we finish, we'll take it out for a drive. Alright, sit back, relax, and hopefully we make another good video. just had a look underneath at the tank and could not see any leaking happening there at all, or any real remnants of leaking, but it has been sitting for a long time. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know how much petrol's in it at the moment, it's definitely not full. So obviously something when it has a full tank is when it does it. So we're going to have to address that in a later date, fill it up, and then see if we can find where the leak is. But I've got a feeling it could be where the sender goes in, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. So somewhere around that, the sender or the join. There's no rubber hose, it's all metal, so it's definitely not that. But I have been thinking about this issue, and maybe when I did the carby, maybe I've got it running a bit rich. So next we're going to put a new battery in it, fire it up, warm it up, then we'll adjust our fuel air mixture screws, see what happens. Rika. Alrighty, so we picked the, I don't know if you've seen all that, but we picked the idle speed up a little bit. We've warmed the car up. We've actually picked the idle speed up a tiny bit, and then we've sent the mixture screws, there's two of them, we've sent them both all the way in where it really wants to stall out. Well, we did that first. We took them in, brought them out 1.5 turns, brought them out until the idle picked up a bit, till it was kind of happy. Then I went in and just turned the idle up a touch, and then redid the screws again, tried them out, and then this time when I'd take them in, it would not stall out, so that's a lot better, but it would run a rough. We brought them out until the idle picked up, and I might have given them, I think I gave them like half a turn after they picked up. And it seems, so far I haven't taken it for a test, but it definitely seems a bit more crisper, it's idling a bit nicer. It's a little, well, I don't know, it might be a little bit high, I'm not really sure, but In drive it seems pretty good. I actually do think it was a touch low before. So, fingers crossed that fixes that. Now we've got to make this pig look nice again, because it is filthy. So, we'll have a bit of a wash. Alrighty, there we go. I think that is going to be us all nice and clean. Let's go for a drive, hey? So yeah, we like I said, we adjusted that carby. I think it's pretty good. We'll find out in a second. Just give it a quick wash, vacuum. That's all it needs. This thing's been, this thing's treated and waxed, and I don't know. I think I even ceramic coated it ages ago. So basically, I could have just hosed it and chamoised it, but yeah, we gave it we sudded it up with the suds and dried it down, and ooh, it's gleaming. All right, so without further ado, let's go for a freaking drive. Alrighty, there we go. I think that's a success. Definitely running better. I'm not sure I'd say it's perfect, but it's definitely better. So I am 99.9% sure it is to do with the carby. It probably just needs a bit better tweak, I think. So I'll do some more research whether I can pull it off or not. I actually think I need one of those air fuel meter things. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas, let me know. But other than that, I might have to take it somewhere, which I hate having to do, but I might have to take it somewhere and get them, just give it a little tweak, see if they can get it better. But other than that, I think she's ready to go for a drive. Go for a cruise. So it's all nice and shiny. We'll go stick it back down under the carport, and I think in the next week we'll take it out. So in saying that, quickly show you inside, eh? Zoomies. So yeah, we do need to get this replaced one day and get this steering wheel refurbed, but other than that, it's a weapon, and I need to get 2 windows done. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching this one. I think the next one will be on the Oakland, and I'll see you next time I'm looking at you.